We make our lives extraordinarily complicated, don't we? Don't we all? Where does the issue come from? I believe the issue comes because we think we are a separate self inside of this universe. And this separate self has control over everything it wants and everything it needs to have happen. And the trouble comes when we face a wall that cannot be moved over and over and over again. And as the years go on, and you slam your head against an immovable wall, you think, God, I just wish I could figure this out. I wish I could just make things happen the way I want them to happen. But you see, that is a problem. We are not gods. And the amount of control that we actually have is extraordinarily low. Extraordinarily low. And I would argue that that is the most freeing fact that a person can realize. All you can do is take an action and hope for the best. Everything else is noise. Everything else. All of it. All your anxieties about the future, all of your predictions, all of your MacGyvering. If I say this, then they're gonna respond in this way, and then I'll get the deal, baby. Our projections don't work because our projections are personal. And the universe doesn't care about your personal projections. It is a delusion. You are not yourself a person. You are the universe just experiencing itself impersonally. And that's where the trouble comes, is because you think you're separate and you can control, but you cannot. You can hope as you take action. And that's not to say you shouldn't take action. Whatever actions you want to take them. See what happens. But when things don't go your way, don't be surprised. Do not be surprised. Let nothing surprise you. You see, a great person allows the universe to flow through them, and they care more about who they are being in this universal flow than what they're making happen and what they're doing. The only thing you can control is who you are being. So when someone yells at you, acts inappropriately, your greatness comes from your response. Your greatness comes from your virtues. You see, our society, it has manipulated us into thinking we need to be part of this huge rat race and always be on this wheel. Never satisfied and forever trapped. What is that? Is that what you want? Seriously. If there was no one else in the world, think about this. If there was no one else in the world, and you had all the security you could ever want. Okay, let's say you had a few friends, no one else in the world. You had 2 really good friends. No matter what, they loved you. No matter what, they were there for you. You could be what our society deems a degenerate, and they're gonna, they'll be kissing your forehead. Would you still want the things that you want? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. You tell yourself, I want to be a business owner and I want to make $3 million per year. Like all these podcast people tell you, you got to be perfectly productive and all that. Do you? Man, did you want this shit when you were a kid? No. You just wanted to play, you wanted to explore, you wanted to follow the passions of your life. And that's what you did. And we've all been tainted. You build your ego, you think you're separate, then life becomes complicated because now you need to control everything and you feel separate from it. You feel separate from it and you need to settle it down because it scares you. But the reality is, you are one with life. And you can do what you want to do. And it's really not that complicated. When you find peace in yourself, when you can come back to zero, it's not even finding peace, it's when you discover that you are already peace, that you are formlessness, emptiness. You need nothing. You need nothing. And when you need nothing, you can just do what you want to do. And it's very simple. Doing what you need to do and doing what you want to do. You just take actions. And you hope. You take actions and you hope. And when things don't go your way and the universe changes, you just have a new circumstance. And now you take actions in this circumstance. It's really not complicated. Kind of circling back, we make things complicated because we think we have ultimate control. If you think you have ultimate control over everything, think about what that would do to a brain. You would second guess everything. You would have a 20-step fucking strategy. Thinking that you can control all the variables, thinking that you understand all the variables. You don't, and you never will. So you take an action based off the info you have, and you hope. It's really that simple. It is really that simple. The problem comes because we're social creatures as well. We think other people have expectations of us, and maybe they do. And maybe that gets in your head. I know when I was younger, 20, 25, even a little bit now, I would think, I need to figure out what I want to do with my life. A question we all ask ourselves. I need to figure out what to do. What a burden. What a burden. I think it's time that we all come back to zero. To question everything. Not in a intellectual way, but just in a spirit type of way. Like, what is aligning and what is not? And there's a story that we're telling ourselves that maybe life is just meant to be suffering. Maybe life is just bad and it's hard. But what if that's just a story? What if that is just a story? What if there's a way that you could flow with life fully? We grit our teeth and fight all the time against this life. It makes me emotional, seriously. I'm just watching all these cars go by over this bridge. I just see the hustle and bustle of the world. Everyone dissatisfied. Everyone just trying to figure it out. Everyone secretly miserable, but pretending they're not. Not everyone, maybe some people aren't miserable, but the vast majority silently suffering. If you look at other animals, you can just see a natural flow within them, like a peace. Like there isn't a self-reflection going on. There isn't constant self-surveying. And I think humans are special in that way. There's a self-surveying that goes on. And we have an immense ability to imagine. And I think that is both a blessing and a curse. It allowed us to survive. But it tortures us. Tortures us. And with all the information that we have online, just a constant stream of information, it allows us to just get lost in the sauce, get lost in trying to figure out how to be good enough. Trying to figure out how to be good enough. So we're all secretly trying to do. Be good enough so that we can finally rest. What if you're already good enough? What if the concept of good enough didn't even exist? It was fake. Is a tree good enough? If a tree died of cancer, our reaction is not, oh, that tree wasn't good enough. We would see it as a phenomenon of the universe. But when we see ourselves falling short in some way, we deem ourselves not good enough.